Whoops. How's it going? This is my vlog for the September 2. It's 11:03 a.m. And I took the cover off my cell phone. I've had this thing for years. This is my iPhone 10. Thinking about having the cover off when I go on bike rides because I never wreck, and if I do wreck, I probably wouldn't break the phone because it's on my back. And it just takes up less space. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, I just have to make sure not to drop it when I take it out of my jersey. Yeah, so yesterday I poured a bowl of I poured a bowl of Cheerios with protein powder, but my appetite isn't there. So yesterday I went on a ride. I had insomnia all night, but I did sleep in the morning a little bit, and so I didn't get out for a long time, which was fine. And I was gonna ride on the flat, so I ended up riding 34 and a half miles. Yeah, so I wanted to go up to Highway 30, not 63rd, just to see, because I rode back on it the other day, just to see how the smooth the road was. And yeah, it was smooth for a while. I'm gonna look at Google Earth to see for how long, because you can turn that into like a time trial, or see if there's Strava segments there to go extra fast. And then I rode up, and then I got to Nelson, and instead of going up, I went down because the road was smooth, and I just wanted to know how smooth it was, which took me all the way to Airport Road in Longmont, and I rode north on that, and Airport Road was really smooth, like the smoothest road. So I'm going to see if that has Strava segments. I rode up north to the end of it, and I want to rode the south part to see how far, if it's smooth all the way diagonal, and see how far it is from the diagonal to the north to where it tees off at the road that goes to Hygiene. That's what I did, because that would make a great Strava section. You'd have to blow all the red lights. There's a bunch of lights. So you'd have to do it like in early morning or something. But so then I went up Hygiene to Hygiene, and that dead ended, so I took a left and then went up Nelson, and I had to get onto like my small chain rig. Slowed down to under 10 miles an hour on going up Nelson. Like that's not even looked on as a climb. Yeah, and I just started to get really tired and just overall beat, like feeling bonked, back hurting from trying to hold my weight up on the bike, all kinds of problems. My left knee was hurting. And yeah, I didn't want to eat all this goo that I had. I bring this big packet of goo with me. I don't think I'm going to do that anymore. I'm going to ride light because I'm so heavy. Go lighter. I didn't bring my cell phone on the handlebar last time. Oh, and I forgot my Apple Watch because, yeah, I need to just listen to music, not like I was before looking at it trying to choose ones. But yeah, now I'm going to just do playlist or whatever. And, so it was a little bit lighter. Yeah, I came back and I didn't have as much endurance as I thought I would. I thought I would be stronger than the other day where I went to Jamestown, but then I kind of felt tireder. Like it was like I got more and more tired throughout the day. And yeah, just all kinds of wasted. And at one point, I needed to get food in me. And so I started thinking about these calzones they have over at Cosmos Pizza for $15. Before it was 13, $15 you can get these giant calzones. Just loaded with 2 kinds of meat. And that kind of food is what I would need now. And so I called my mom to see if she wanted to share it with me. She was kind of on a diet, but she might have a little bit. And so she wanted some. She thought it was good, and we had a chat. over at her house, and I came back here and ate as much as I could, but I didn't eat that much. And then laid in bed with insomnia until I don't know what time, but it was maybe just kind of laying in the darkness, and pick up the phone maybe every once in a while. And yeah, and then fell asleep finally at like probably 4:30 or something. It wasn't light yet, so that's good. I'm not sleeping at sunrise anymore. I'm starting to get to sleep before sunrise, which caused me to get up later. That's why I slept in, and it's 11:08 now. I don't so. My body's not used to sleeping more than 4 or 5 hours at the most. So, and plus I'm not like, I guess, in shape enough to need it. I don't know. So I'm still kind of like, yeah, and my body is still stuck in the old way. My mind wasn't working at all either. Yesterday I didn't have any motivation to do anything, thinking, or energy to stretch. So, yeah. So today I'm gonna, and I went over to my mom's house and helped her move some things because she's gonna have, I guess, in a couple days, they're gonna paint her house, and which is weird. Her homeowners did that like 8 years ago. I don't know why I have to do it so frequently, but I was picking things up and I was like really tired, like getting winded and just beat muscularly. And I think what's going on is like, and I explained this to my mom because I've experienced it like this before, trying to ride completely out of shape. And yeah, the reason that I'm not stronger now than I was last week when I rode up to Jamestown is because for the last bunches of years I've just been sitting around like not moving at all. Like when you're supposed to move, people normally would get up and walk around, but I would just push through it and it would get really painful and my body would be like, what the fuck? And then my body would have to deal with it. And so I just literally sit there. And that's why I cut off circulation in my hip. My hip hurts all the time. Even now. It's like, that's actually the worst thing. But then yesterday, the worst thing was pains in my body happen at different times. On the ride, my left knee was hurting. But then when I came back, my right knee started hurting on the inside because I tore all these tendons a couple months ago when I sat down in my mom's office to try to help her with something, and it just tore. And so the pain reverberates halfway up the inside of my thigh, and I'm hoping I didn't do any permanent damage, but all that was inflamed and hurting, and when I touch it, it was really sore, and but luckily it just happening different times. But I picked this thing up, and I was like all kinds of like hurting, and I had to sit it down, and so the muscles that were hurting were my core muscles. And so what's happening is the ride that I did last week, the reason I'm not stronger is because for the last week, and the lifting weights, I only went in there. I did 3 rides, including yesterday, and went to the gym, I think, twice. But from nothing, that was enough to work my core muscles. The muscles you can't even see. Like the muscles deep, deep, deep inside, like the ones next to the spine, and the muscles that feel different when they get tired. Like different type of muscle, and those are the muscles, like the stability muscles to make you walk upright and stuff. Those are the muscles that are still recovering. I think they take a little bit longer to recover, and so those are the ones who are feeling it. And so it's kind of like my entire body. I'm in like way worse shape now, condition now than I was 2 years ago. That was the last time I went on a ride, and I was actually renovating my apartment for 2 months before I rode for a week. So that was the last time I was in any kind of actual shape. And then it just, for 2 years, the combination of going over the hill aging, hitting that timer going off, and not exercising at all, like sitting, just put me in a condition where I can't just jump on a bike and ride 100 miles. I could jump on a bike and ride 35. And then I'll be wasted. So that's basically where I'm at. So there's no endorphins because I'm not smoking weed. My mom gave me a bunch of pot cookies last night, and I ate all of them, and it didn't do anything. So yeah, I'm not going to do any more weed. No eating weed, no smoking weed. The problem is The problemo is this. Yeah. That's the El Problemo. Look what I have here. Look at that. Look at how that is orange and brown. I chopped off a bud from here yesterday, a couple days ago. One of these big buds. It got me like barely high. And then I have this little guy. He's starting to bud. This little rascal down here. I think I have 3 different strains because that has a big like leaf on it. This is like thin leaf, and that's like dark brown, dark green. But anyway, so I'm gonna have like more weed than I've ever even seen before pretty soon. But I'm gonna be quit. So hopefully, I won't be addicted. I won't be hopefully my tolerance will be really low, because then it'll seem like that weed's plant is super powerful. The one that I grew. And that I'll just smoke it with a vaporizer so it won't fuck up my lungs and get high. And then once the plant's done, maybe I could be like a smoker whenever my plants grow and just constantly grow plants because it's fun. And then whenever they spark, just kind of relax with the weed. Just kind of like in the evening with the vaporizer. I'd love to see if the vaporizer, is compatible with lungs that are in shape. So anyways, that's what I'm up to. I really want to wake up with a boner so I can masturbate to all of my OnlyFans girlfriends, but I can't. Like, I literally can't. I can't in the morning. I can't any time in the day. Can't in the morning. Can't when I come back from my ride. So I'm like retired. Forced retirement. It's like a bummer. I'll get it back when I ride, but that's another thing that fell off the cliff in the last 4 months. I guess it was the testosterone. Maybe it has something to do with cutting off all the circulation in my body or something, and it's just not allowed. But also, I was also under the impression that I haven't had the nutrition because I kind of don't barely eat, and when you barely eat, you don't have any. Your testicles can't produce semen. And maybe that you can't produce testosterone. So anyways, it's kind of a bummer, man, because there's all these fucking 20-year-old girls showing me their ass. And even like migrating over to freaking Instagram. Chicks from OnlyFans. So they're like noticing me. So it's like, fuck. I can't do anything about it. Yeah. Oh, and it's also bizarre. Psychology. What happens, dude? Like, you know how this guy I remember listening to Young Turks years ago. And Ben Mankiewicz. So this is like 10 years ago. Ben Mankiewicz is talking and Cenk Uygur, and they were talking about like women are doing well in the workforce, but so then how come there's not that many women CEOs? And compared to men, when there's way more women like workers and college educated, and Ben Mankiewicz goes, well, once a woman gets old, like, what motivation do any of the men around her have to hook her up? You know, because she's old and like not, exciting. But it's not just that, it's that the men around her don't have any testosterone left in their testicles. So when they're looking at women, they're just looking at a person. There's no, and that actually goes to that actually extends to 18-year-olds, like young women too. So like an old dude with no testosterone ain't gonna be, unless he's in shape, ain't gonna be interested in women like that at all. And like fat guys, you notice fat guys always have problems with nudity, like female nudity. And I'm like, what's this obese guy, this 400-pound dude who's probably not going to make it to 30, all pissed off about like nudity at the beach with like super hot girls? It's because the guy doesn't have any testosterone. When you have no testosterone in your body, women are just fucking people, dude. And like it's bizarre to me because I'm looking at these chicks who have like, you know, looking at their asses and their bodies, and they're like way hotter than girls were when I was 20. And when I was 20, I thought like I would fuck any girl, like that was halfway fit. Back then, women were like nuns, so that's not what actually happened. But like you'd look at like a super hot girl and be like, oh my fucking God, like I'd marry that chick. But now I'm like, you're surrounded by girls who are way hotter than that, who in my mind, because I'm kind of I have a big ego, I think, and also they're like fucking writing me. In my mind, I'm thinking, oh my God, look at how hot that girl is. Oh my God, oh, so beautiful. Oh my God. Like, but then there's no physical reaction. And then I'm like, so then I'm like, okay, wow, she's so hot. Cause that's what I would have thought 5 years ago. Like I'm having to put myself into myself's shoes from another time. And then vicariously kind of enjoy looking at a hot girl. And then, but then it's like, but it's like you're looking around, but like, it affects how you would interact with them. Cause like, I don't answer any of them. Like a bunch of them write me calling my name, maybe a dozen a day or more. And they're all 10s. And a bunch of them do it a bunch of times over and over. And I never respond to any of them. And I imagine, and I never would have done that in the past. And I imagine if they were right in front of my face talking to me, it would just be like talking to a fucking person, you know? And if they said something like, you're fat, I'd be like I wouldn't care. Like, they're just people. And so, yeah, it's kind of bizarre. Bizarre. They're like young, like, they appear insecure, maybe would be a good word. Like young and like, they don't seem like, it's like confident or the world revolves around them. I don't know. It's just like, it dissipated. Yeah, and I just never, I never looked at like super hot women like that before. Until you run out of your testosterone. We have no testosterone. Yeah, it's just, but also, but that's the only difference I can tell in my daily life. My thinking isn't clear. I heard people talking about sleep deprivation, and I think I saw a title because my mom is trying to make me read a sleep deprivation book, and some lady said it takes 3 weeks to recover from sleep deprivation. I think my brain kind of hit the rock bottom too, and it's kind of taking my brain some time because I can't really conceptualize anything right now. So anyways, I think this is going to go on for about a month. I have zero appetite right now, so I'm going to sit here and try to eat that not very big bowl of cereal. It's probably going to take me like a half hour. Yeah, and that's it. It's not going to be very... I'm going to enjoy... If I don't run out of money, I'll enjoy life this month. But I'm not going to accomplish anything. And I'm not going to feel any physical joy. All of my joy is going to have to be intellectual. Like, wow, what a great situation I'm in. It sure was interesting, that ride I did yesterday. Let's do another one today. You know, I'm like an observer in my own life. So I'm just looking forward to the time where my body kicks back into gear. I get the testosterone, which gives me boners in the morning. Which I haven't had a boner in the morning for like a year or more. 2 or 3 years, and then be able to recover, be able to have some power, strength, lose some weight, that kind of stuff. So that's what I'm up to now. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if for a whole month I'm lagging. Like in 1 month from now, I'm still slow as shit on a bike and fat. Because all these other things are having to catch up inside me that you can't even see, like the core muscles and everything else. So, and getting my endocrine system back into gear. So, but I'm still counting on being able to make a full recovery. So it just take longer, like 2 years instead of 1, sort of a thing. I think the general rule of recovery, if you're already fit, and you're 20 or you're under 30, you could get basically world class in any sport in a year. But if you're over 50, it'll take more than 2 years. Yeah. I remember reading a bunch of history books, Roman history books, and there's at least 2 guys. And one guy I might even be able to identify if I looked in Wikipedia, because I think he lived a long time. But 2 guys who went into battle, leading battle, because back in those days the generals would lead the charge, at 70, and like fighting well and kicking people's asses at 70. And one guy lived 120 back a long time ago at Cadiz. But Herodotus talked about it as a legend in his time, and he was from 600 BC. But so yeah, 70. So I have 20 more years of elite. I have 10 more years of elite. Like I could win the Olympic gold medal in whatever sport I want, but I think I would pick triathlon until I'm 60. Until I'm 70, I could be one of the strongest people in town until I'm 70. Until I'm 80, there's people in their 90s doing marathons and stuff. So, anyways, but that would require so much training. At this point, I'm only kind of thinking of doing it all the time for 10 years and then trying to be a balanced life. After that, in case I just have way too much work on my website to do, but I don't know. Anyways, I'm babbling now. Let me talk about ChatGTP really quickly, though, because that's going to revolutionize websites. Everybody's like, oh, it'll make it obsolete. No. It'll allow you to express your creativity as much as you can, to create different layouts of transferring information and mixing your writing with ChatGPT helping get your thought across. People think that everybody's going to go like this and let Chat do everything, because that's how everybody has been trained to behave in our school system, not to take any responsibility for anything. I got kicked out of school, so I was invited to get kicked out of school many times before that, and like an idiot I stayed, and then they just kicked me out. So school is the most destructive thing to human society is school, because it's too expensive. It sucks everybody's life. I was in school till I was 23 for no reason at all, just because my idiot parents made me do it. And I spent shitloads of money. So you make people lick butthole and not think or do anything until they're 23 and blow all their money, and then a lot of these people have hundreds of thousands of dollars. Yeah, that'll destroy the whole planet, dude. So we have to shut down all these 90% of them, because 10% of the morons probably don't know how to read. But see, I was labeled as one of the morons who don't know how to read, because these idiots, it takes one to know one. So yeah, I'm gonna go on Fort Lewis College and just paste my video. You should see my video, what I think about Fort Lewis College. I'm gonna paste it. I haven't pasted it on there yet, I don't think, but I have commented on a bunch of their channels, a bunch of their videos, like cussing them out. But I'm gonna paste my video on every single one of their videos, their videos on their channel, and also Boulder High, because I went there, and also CU. Those are the 3 schools I have a relationship with, because I actually finished up at CU, because Fort Lewis I had 1 class left. I had to pay like $850 just to take 1 class, because these idiots at Fort Lewis couldn't align anything. And but I got rejected from CU when I applied there, And it was Boulder High that got me rejected from CU. So it's those 3 schools that I'm going to destroy. Single-handedly. Quote me on that. I'm gonna completely transform the education system. I'm gonna destroy these schools and these idiot teachers. Everybody's gonna have to take my history test that I designed that you can check out on my website. That you won't. Nobody does. 6302 people went to my website since 20 and 800 to my education page. It's the education page that you need to look to. But people don't do the clickety click click, which is fine. I'm not complaining, dude. Because I haven't finished my website, you know. That's the juicy part, when you explain yourself. Woo! So it's like, don't look at my website if you don't want to. If you don't have any use for it, because you need me to teach you how to use it, you're a dumbass, but okay. I can teach you how to use it. That'll be fun. So anyways, that's enough talking. Yeah, I have 0 endorphins in my brain now. So I need to get on my bike. See, this is what I was explaining to my mom yesterday. And I said it yesterday, like, with the endorphins, if I'm not going to get depressed and I'm going to focus and not have a relapse, I don't think I'm going to have a relapse from the weed. But, because I can't have a relapse on the website because my computers don't work. I have one computer that barely works. So, the thing that's going to keep me from having a relapse with the weed is, it's like Indiana Jones in the very beginning of the Indiana Jones Temple of Doom. He has a sack of sand, and he tries to put it on the weight, and, you know, in like the Mayan temple, and before he takes off the statue, but it detects it, and so I have to do that with my endorphins in my brain. So like right now, like I have to get suited up and get out on a ride bike, like right now, right before my brain realizes there's no endorphins, sort of a deal. So that I don't get stressed and want to smoke weed. And then when I come back, if I get stressed and want to smoke weed, I have to shoot over to the gym like right away. You know, because once I'm exercising, riding, working out, I'm not thinking about smoking weed. You know, and I'm not sitting there smoking weed right now, but I might if I get stressed out. So that's basically how you quit weed. You just, whenever you want to smoke weed, you just go to the gym. You know, unless you're like so wasted because you're out of shape. Well, at that point, just veg out. You're going to be so tired, you're not going to want to smoke weed anyway. You're just going to want to do like this. So, anyways, that's enough blabbing. Getting back in shape. Feel like I haven't uploaded the last few videos because I got discouraged because I couldn't. 3 of my 4 video cameras died at the same time. So I'm like recording all these videos, talking forever. And then it turns out it never recorded. And then I'd have to upload a video with only like half the video, and it just, God, I just gave up trying to upload after that. And so now I'm gonna get started again, but I can only use this one camera because all my 256 gigabyte like cards, I have to reformat them or something on my Mac. I'll try that later, see if it works. But it's straight up voodoo magic on those. So yeah, so I'm gonna try to upload this video, and if I could, I would masturbate to my girlfriends right now. But I'm not gonna limp dick masturbate. They'll fucking block me if I do that. Do not limp dick masturbate to a girl. It won't work. You'll look like a moron. So, anyways, check out. There's my birdies. Let's say hi. Let's say hi to the birdies real quick. They've been pecking at each other all day. Those are my 2 parakeets. Yeah, I can't understand bird. I think they're saying it's a nice day. Yeah, I think it's a nice day. Yeah, I agree. And yes, I agree. I think that's what animals do. They just repeat the same thing to each other over again. You know, like if a dog says barks at you, it's like, hi. And they're like, hi. He's like, hi. That's what it's like being an animal. Okay, talk to you tomorrow.